Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station on a Saturday evening here in Massachusetts, USA. We have now moved on to the second round of this one and done best franchise teams of the 1970s. And today's matchup will be the number 6 San Francisco Giants of 1971 versus the number 2 Los Angeles Dodgers of 1974. Both teams obviously won their first round games, and those games are on demand on the channel. Feel free to watch. So let's go to the lineups here. It is 81 degrees in Retro World. Winds 4 miles per hour, right to left, and we're at Dodger Stadium. Due up first, the San Francisco Giants. Let's go through their lineup. Fuentes batting first, playing second. Gallagher batting second, playing third. Batting third, the first baseman, Willie McCovey. Batting fourth, Bobby Bonds, playing right field. Batting fifth, the aging Say Hey kid, Willie Mays, playing center field. Batting sixth, the left fielder Henderson. Batting seventh, the catcher Healy. Batting eighth, the shortstop Spire. And batting ninth and doing the pitching, Gaylord Perry. The Dodger lineup for the number 2 seed. Bill Buckner batting first, playing left field. Steve Garvey batting second, playing first base. Batting third in right field, Willie Crawford. Batting fourth in center field, Jimmy Wynn. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Joe Ferguson. Batting sixth, playing third base, Ron Say. Batting seventh at second base, Davey Lopes. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Bill Russell. And batting ninth, doing the pitching, Don Sutton. Hello, BB4 Gaming. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us in the chat. Remember to check out BP4 Gaming. Lots of Transformer stuff on his channel. Good friend of our channel here. So check out BP4 Gaming. As my dyslexia did not kick in, I actually pronounced it right. So Don Sutton, in 1974, 19 wins, 9 losses, ERA of 3.23, struck out 179, walked 88, batting average against 229. His batter mate, Joe Ferguson, above average catcher, below with an average arm. The Dodgers have a solid infield. Ron Say 8 out of 10, Russell 7 out of 10, Lopes 7 out of 10, and Garvey the perfect 10 out of 10 defensively. In the outfield, left to right. Left field, Bill Buckner, average outfielder with a poor arm. Jimmy Wynn's in center, above average with an average arm. And Willie Crawford's in right. Below average outfielder, 3 out of 10. Average arm, 5 out of 10. Due up first, Tito Fuentes, San Francisco second baseman, batting 500 in this tournament. Very good bunter, 7 out of 10. And in 1971, Fuentes hit 273, 4 home runs, and 52 ribbies. Batted 269 off right-handed pitching. Sutton, batting average against when facing right-handed batters, 208. Lefties had much more success at 251. So we're ready to play ball here. Ferguson flashes the sign. The windup and the pitch to Fuentes. And that ball goes out to Buckner, who makes the running catch towards the left field line for out number 1. Now up with 1 out, Al Gallagher, Giant third baseman. He does not have a hit yet in the series, in the tournament. In 1971, Gallagher batted 277, 5 home runs, 57 RBIs. As I stated, he's 0 for 3 in the playoff. Against right-handed batting, pitching, he batted .271. Sutton toes the rubber. He sets and delivers to Gallagher. And Gallagher grounds a Lopes, who muffs the ball. Wow. So Gallagher reaches on a rare Davy Lopes error. Gallagher, 5 out of 10 for speed, 20% chance of stealing second base. Garvey holding him on, and the dangerous Hall of Famer, Willie McCovey. Giants first baseman in 1971, batted .277, 18 home runs, 70 RBIs. Against right-handed pitching, .276. Ferguson flashes the signs, the windup, and the pitch to McCovey. And McCovey walks. So runners at first and second, 1 out, and Bobby Bonds comes to the plate. Hello, Tribes fan. How are you, my friend? How goes your Indians replay? Any games today? Tribes fan says, come on, Davey, you're better than that. So Bobby Bonds comes to the plate. Bonds in the tournament is hitting .250, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. In 1971, Bobby Bonds batted .288, 33 home runs, and 102 RBIs. Batted .294 off right-handed pitching. The windup and the pitch by Sutton. And Bonds sends that out to Wynn in right center field. He makes the catch. We have a 66% chance of Gallagher being safe on the tag up. We're going to send him, so he's going to challenge Wynn's arm here. And we're going to hold McCovey at first. Here's the throw to third, and Gallagher is in there. So he tags up. Giants now have runners on the corner for Willie Mays. Tribes fan says 2 games today. Last one, Indians-Yankees, went 13 innings. Yanks won 5-4. I'm sorry to hear that. Did they win the first game? So Willie Mays comes to the plate. In the tournament, Mays is batting .250, no home runs, no RBIs. In 1971, the aging Say Hey Kid batted .271, 18 home runs, and 61 RBIs. Giants looking to break through here. The windup and the pitch to Mays. And he strikes out. So Sutton strikes out. Mays inning over. Giants threaten but do not score. 2 up for the Dodgers. Buckner, Garvey, and Crawford. And they will face on the mound Gaylord Perry. Perry in 1971, 16 wins, 12 losses, earned run average of .276. Struck out 158, walked 67, batting average against .242. His battery mate doing the catching, Fran Healy, 7 out of 10 defensively, that's very good. But he has a below average arm, 4 out of 10. At third base, Al Gallagher, 3 out of 10 defensive range. Spire, 6 out of 10 at short, same as Fuentes, 6 out of 10, and same as McCovey at first base. In left field, Ken Henderson. Henderson, 6 out of... Henderson in left field, 6 out of 10, with a 6 arm, it looks like. Willie Mays in center field, 6 out of 10, with a very poor arm, 2 out of 10. And Bobby Bonds, very good fielder, 10 out of 10 range, 6 out of 10 arm. So Billy Buckner steps to the plate, left-handed batter, 1974. For the Dodgers, he batted .314, 7 home runs, 58 RBI. The Dodgers would go to the World Series in 1974 and lose to the Oakland Athletics. Tribes fan says Indians won the first game of the day 6-2. In his retro replay using Stratomatic, is that correct? The dice game? Buckner is 0 for 4 in the tournament. 8 out of 10 bunter. So we're going to move our corners in as I am playing as the number 6 seed San Francisco Giants. I always play as the higher seed. So corners are in. Gallagher in at third, McCovey in at first. Buckner batted .320 off right-handed pitching in 74. The windup and the pitch by Perry. And that's grounded back to Perry. Goes to McCovey for out number 1. One out, Steve Garvey comes to the plate. The Dodger first baseman batted .312 in 1974, 21 home runs, 111 RBIs. In the tournament, batting .250, no home runs, no RBIs. Garvey batted .316 off right-handed pitching in 1974. Healy goes through the signs. Perry nods his head. He sets and delivers. And he strikes out Garvey. Big swing and a miss on the 1-2 count. So 2 up, 2 down. Base is empty. And Willie Crawford steps to the plate. Dodgers left-handed batting right fielder batted .295 in 1974. 11 home runs and 61 RBIs. He batted .300 off right-handed pitching. Lefty-righty matchup here for Gaylord Perry. Perry toes the rubber, looks in at Healy. Here's the pitch to Crawford. And that ball goes deep and off the right center field wall. A 2-out double for Crawford. As Mays tracks it down and throws it back in towards the infield. So with 2 outs, Crawford at second. First base is open. The dangerous power hitter for the Dodgers, Jimmy Wynn, their center fielder, right-handed batter. .271 average in 1974, 32 home runs, 108 RBIs. On deck is Ferguson. And Jimmy Wynn is 0 for 4 in the tournament. He has no batting average, no home runs, and no RBIs. Crawford at second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Wynn. And he strikes out Wynn. So Perry strikes out Wynn to end the bottom of the first. No score as we go to the top of the second. 2 up for the San Francisco Giants. Henderson, Healy, and Spire. Ken Henderson getting his first at-bat in the tournament. In 1971 for the San Francisco Giants, Henderson batted .264. 15 home runs and 65 RBIs. Henderson 7 out of 10 for bunting, so he is a threat to try to lay one down and get on that way. Dodgers playing their infield normal. Henderson batted .266 off right-handed pitching. Sutton winds and delivers. And Henderson rips that ball in the shallow right center field. Wynn comes on, makes the catch. First out of the inning. Hello, Beatles eternally. How you doing, buddy? So 1 out, and the catcher, Fran Healy, comes to the plate. Healy in 1971 batted .280, 2 home runs and 11 RBIs in 93 at-bats. Healy's 1 for 1. He had a pinch hit, a very big pinch hit, in yesterday's game. That was round 1, where the Giants were victorious. Healy batted .274 off right-handed pitching in 1971. Righty-righty matchup. 1 out, no one on. The windup and the pitch to Healy. And Healy pops it up. Russell calls for it and makes the catch at shortstop. So 2 up, 2 down, and Chris Spire steps to the plate. Giants shortstop. He is 0 for 3 in the tournament. In 1971, he batted .235, 8 home runs, 46 RBIs. Against right-handed pitching, he struggled with only a .210 batting average. Hello, Andre Ford. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well with everyone. Thank you for joining us in the chat. If you're watching, jump in the chat. Feel free to join in. So 2 out, Spire's at the plate, no one on. He'll be taken. Here's the pitch by Sutton. Strike 1, so Sutton gets in there with an off-speed pitch, paints the inside corner. 0-1 count. Spire's ready to grip and rip. Ferguson goes through the sides. The windup and the pitch. And that's a grounder to Russell, over to Garvey. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. 2 up for Los Angeles. Ferguson, Say, and Lopes. Gaylord parried 16 pitches in the first inning. So Ferguson's batting .666, 1 home run and 2 RBIs in the tournament play. In 1974, Joe Ferguson batted .252, 16 home runs and 57 RBIs. And he batted .252 off right-handed pitching. Perry gets the sign from Healy, the windup and the pitch to Ferguson. And that ball is set deep and caught! What a catch right up against the side wall on the right field line by Bobby Bonds. Outstanding! So 1 out, and Ron Cey comes to the plate. Dodger third baseman. He's batting .500 in this one-and-done playoff tournament. No home runs, no RBIs. In actuality, in 74, the Penguin, Ron Cey, batted .262, 18 home runs, and 97 RBIs. The windup and the pitch by Perry. And that ball is ripped to Fuentes, who catches the line drive for out number 2. Davey Lopes steps to the plate, the number 7 batter, Dodgers second baseman. Lopes is batting .500 in this playoff tournament. No home runs, no RBIs. 74 batted .266, 10 homers, 35 RBIs. Perry looking for another 1-2-3 inning here. He toes the rubber, peers in at Healy. He's ready. Here's the pitch to Lopes. And that's grounded up the middle. That's a 2-out single. Davey Lopes, 10 out of 10. Base running ability, 92% chance of stealing. Second base, McCovey holding him on. Perry's hold is 5 out of 10. Perry throws over to first. Lopes is back. Here goes the pitch out. There goes Lopes. The throw down, and Lopes still steals it. So Lopes is now in scoring position. He beats the throw, even though there was a pitch out. Remember, Healy's arm is only 4 out of 10. So 2 outs, Lopes at second. Bill Russell has a duck out on the pond he can knock in. Russell, for the playoff tournament, one and done, batting .500. No home runs, no RBIs. In 74, Russell batted .269, 5 home runs, 65 RBIs. 1 ball, no strikes, the windup and the pitch to Russell. And he strikes out. So we go to the top of the third. Dodgers strand Lopes at second. There's still no score. 2 up for the San Francisco Giants. Perry, then the top of the order, Fuentes and Gallagher. Gaylord Perry batted .102 in 1971. He did have a home run and 4 RBIs. The windup and the pitch to Perry he will take. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Sutton looks in at Ferguson. He sets and delivers. And Perry strikes out. Big swing and a miss. 1 down and top of the order now. Tito Fuentes, he's 0 for 1 today. Lefty-righty matchup here. Fuentes is ready in the batter's box now. The windup and the pitch by Sutton. And that's a grounder to Garvey. He takes it to the bag himself. 2 up, 2 down. And now the Giant third baseman Al Gallagher comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Righty-righty matchup here. And if you're thinking 1 swing of the bat to put the Giants ahead, Gallagher only had 5 home runs in 1971. The windup and the pitch to Gallagher. And Gallagher pops it up. Russell's calling for it, and he catches it by the second base bag. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the third. No score still. 2 up the pitcher. Sutton, then the top of the order, Buckner and Garvey. If anyone gets on, Crawford. So Don Sutton's at the plate. Sutton batted .184 in 1974. No home runs, 7 RBIs. Perry working quickly. Here's the pitch. Sutton grounds at Spires, and Spires boots the ball. So Don Sutton reaches on the error by the shortstop, Chris Spire. Sutton, 1 out of 10 base running ability, 6% chance of stealing second. So he's going to stay put. And that brings up Billy Buckner, left-handed batter. He's 0 for 1. Righty-lefty matchup here for Perry. And we're actually going to have McCovey play behind Sutton. Here's the pitch to Buckner. Giants look to turn 2. And Perry walks Buckner on the 3-2 count. Buckner didn't chase for that ball down in the dirt, so 2 on, nobody out, and the dangerous Steve Garvey comes to the plate. The Dodger first baseman, he's 0 for 1. Garvey struck out in the first. Giants again, they would love to get 2 for 1. Perry toes the rubber, peers in at Healy, nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Garvey. And Garvey strikes out! Big swing and the miss on the 2-2 count, so there's 1 out now. Buckner at first, Sutton at second. And now, Willie Crawford, the right fielder for the Dodgers, comes to play. He's 1 for 1 today. He doubled off the right center field wall, just barely missing a home run. Again, Crawford batted .300 off right-handed pitching. On deck, the very dangerous Wynn. 32 home runs he had. So 1 out, 2 on, the windup and the pitch by Perry. And that ball is sent into right field, and bases are loaded as the slow-footed pitcher Don Sutton is held at third base. And now, the very dangerous Jimmy Wynn. Wynn in this tournament playoff one-and-done series is 0 for 5, and boy, would he like to break out. The Dodgers fans would love to see that. Wynn had 32 home runs in 1974. Again, the Giants will give up a run to turn a double play here. Healy goes out to have a word with Perry on the mound. Umpire says, break it up, gentlemen. Healy goes back behind the plate. Wynn steps back in the batter's box. A lot of tension here at Dodger Stadium. Perry's ready. The windup and the pitch to Wynn. And that ball is gone! That is a grand slam for Wynn! 4-0 Dodgers. He crushed that Perry offering 401 feet to left center. Good God! Was that a bashed ball? Wow! So as quickly as that, the Dodgers are now up 4-0 by the grand slam by Jimmy Wynn, and what a way to get your first hit in this game, in this series. Wow. Perry is disgusted with himself. Joe Ferguson now comes to the plate, Dodger catcher, 0 for 1. Perry has to now concentrate and keep the Giants in this ball game. The windup and the pitch to Ferguson. And that is ripped to Henderson, who makes the catch in left field. So 2 outs now. And the Penguin, Ron Say, steps to the plate. Dodger third baseman, 0 for 1. The windup and the pitch to Say. And that ball sent out to Henderson in left. He makes the catch, inning over. But the grand slam by Jimmy Wynn. We go to the top of the 4th. The Dodgers lead 4-0. Giants have a lot of work to do. 2 up for the San Francisco Giants. Willie McCovey, Bobby Bonds, and Willie Mays. The heart of their order. Andre Ford says, ouch, on that grand slam. Tribes fan, break out the rye bread and the mustard. It's a grand salami time. Beatles eternally. The toy cannon. Alright, so Willie McCovey steps to the plate. Lefty-righty matchup here for Sutton. McCovey walked in the first inning. Sutton's ready. He sets and delivers to McCovey. And McCovey sends that ball deep, but Crawford, just before the warning track, makes the catch. Out number 1. Out number 1, folks. Bobby Bonds steps to the plate. If you're thinking about a home run for Bobby, he had 33 home runs in 1971. He's 0 for 1 today. Sutton working quickly. Here's the pitch to Bonds. And he strikes out Bobby. So there's 2 outs, and it's up to the Say kid, the aging Willie Mays, to keep this inning alive. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first inning. He's 1 for 5 in the playoff tournament. That's a 200 batting average. Sutton is ready. Mays to take. Ball 1. Good eye by Willie. Willie will take again. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Sutton toes the rubber. He's ready. Here's the pitch. Ball 3. 3-0 count. Mays will be taking all the way. Ball 4. So 4 consecutive balls. Sutton had a little lapse of concentration there. Mays is on at first. 7 out of 10 base stealing ability. 90% chance of stealing second base. Garvey is holding him on. Sutton is 4 out of 10 for holding on a runner. Giants are down 4. Henderson comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. And we're gonna take a risk here. We're gonna send the say hey kid. There goes Mays. He's gonna try to steal second. There's a throw. It goes into center field, and Mays gets up and quickly goes to third base. Mays turns the clock back on that steal attempt. Showed excellent speed and cat-like quickness to bounce up and quickly go to third as that ball went into center field. Jimmy Wynn, no chance to get Mays. So, with 2 outs, Ken Henderson at the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Henderson a base hit here. And Mays will score. And they can get ever closer to that 4-0 lead the Dodgers have. The windup and the pitch to Henderson. This is a righty-lefty matchup. And Henderson strikes out, stranding Mays at third. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Dodgers 4, Giants nothing. Due up for Los Angeles. Lopes, Russell, and Sutton. Davey Lopes 1 for 1 today. He also has an error. Single in the 2nd inning. The windup and the pitch by Perry. That ball's popped up. Gallagher calls for it. He makes the catch at third base. 1 out. Dodgers shortstop Bill Russell comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Righty-righty matchup. Perry sets and delivers. And that's ripped to Gallagher, who throws to McCuffey for out number 2. And now Don Sutton comes to the plate. The pitcher for the Dodgers, 0 for 1. Perry looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. Healy flashes the signs. Perry sets and delivers to Sutton. And that ball sent out to Henderson in left field. He makes the catch, inning over. We go to the top of the 5th. Dodgers 4, Giants nothing. 2 up for San Francisco. Healy, Spire, and the pitcher Perry. So Fran Healy, Giant catcher, 0 for 1. He awaits the pitch from Sutton. Sutton nods his head. He sets and delivers to Healy. And Healy strikes out. Another punch out for Don Sutton. So 1 out. Chris Spire comes to the plate. Giants shortstop's 0 for 1. 4 out of 10 bunting ability. Dodgers infield normal. Spire's to take. Strike 1. That ball's in there, so no balls, 1 strike. Spire's in the hole. Ferguson flashes the sign. Sutton sets and delivers. Oh, and he plunks Spires. Well, the Giants need base runners, and Spires is now on. Perry comes to the plate. Corners move in. Say at third, and Garvey in at first. Spire, 6 out of 10 base runner, 40% chance of stealing second base. Though he's not going to be held on. What does B mean? Playing behind the runner. That's not true. He's playing in front of the runner, but that's okay. So Perry, 10 out of 10 for bunting, 3 out of 10 for a hit and run. The play here is to hope that Perry smacks this ball past and pulled in infield. So we're going to let Perry swing away here. Actually, you know what? We're going to really roll the dice. We're going to play a little hit and run. Here's the pitch by Sutton. And there's a throw down, and that didn't work. So Spires is thrown out. We rolled the dice. We're down 4-0, trying to make something happen. Perry, no balls, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch. And now he sends that ball deep, but Wynn makes a running catch at the wall in right center field. So Perry gave it a ride, but that's out number 3, folks. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-0 Dodgers. Due up for Los Angeles, top of the order, Buckner, Garvey, and Crawford. Bill Buckner, left-handed batter, he's 0 for 1. Perry's ready. Here's the pitch to Buckner. And that's grounded to Fuentes, who goes to McCovey. Out number 1. Garvey comes to the plate. Garvey's 0 for 2. Healy goes through the signs. The windup and the pitch to Garvey. And that ball is gone! Garvey crushes that ball to left center field. The Dodgers now have a 5-0 lead. Another home run Perry gives up. That ball traveled 395. Ouch! So the long ball has haunted Perry and the San Francisco Giants. Hello, Ken Castro. How you doing, buddy? So 1 out, and Crawford comes to play. Willie Crawford, 2 for 2. Dodger right fielder, doubled in the first, singled in the third. This is going to be pretty much it for Perry. If he gets in any other further damage. The windup and the pitch of Crawford. And he strikes out Crawford, so there's 2 outs now. And the man of the hour, Jimmy Wynn, comes to the plate. Wynn finally got his first hit of the playoff tournament. He's 1 for 6. What a way to break out. A grand salami. As Tribes fans said, break out the rye bread and mustard for Jimmy Wynn. So 2 outs. No one on. The windup and the pitch to Wynn. And that's grounded to Spire, who makes a dive, gets up and throws to McCovey, hitting over. The damage done, a solo shot by Steve Garvey. We go to the top of the 6th. Dodgers 5, San Francisco nothing. Due up the top of the order for the Giants, Fuentes, Gallagher, and McCovey. Fuentes 0 for 2. And we're going to try to bunt for a hit here. He's 7 out of 10. Here's the pitch by Sutton. Fuentes puts down a good one. They throw to Lopes, covering low, and they get him. So 1 out as Fuentes tried to bunt his way on. Sutton is throwing a no-hitter here in the top of the 6th. Gallagher comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Sutton's ready. Here's the pitch to Gallagher. And Gallagher rips that ball down to Say, who quickly throws to Garvey. 2 up, 2 down. Stepping to the plate, left-handed batting first baseman, Hall of Famer Willie Stretch McCovey. McCovey's 0 for 1. Walked in the first, fly deep to right in the 4th. McCovey would love to break up this no-hitter right now. These teams are heated rivals since the New York days, when the Dodgers were in Brooklyn and San Francisco was in New York. Dodgers played at Ebbets Field, the Giants at the Polo Grounds, and now the rivalry is in California, and we're at Dodger Stadium here. 2 outs, no one on. Here's the pitch to McCovey. And McCovey strikes out. No hitter intact as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-0 Dodgers. 2 up for Los Angeles. Ferguson, Say, and Lopes. Joe Ferguson's 0 for 2. Perry's up to 93 pitches. He's good for 135. He sets and delivers to Ferguson. And that ball's grounded to Fuentes, over to McCovey, out number 1. Rod Say steps to the plate. Third baseman's 0 for 2 for the Dodgers. Again, Perry working quickly. Here's the pitch to Say. And that ball's ripped to Spires, and he catches that line drive. 2 up, 2 down, Davey Lopes. Dodgers second baseman comes to the plate. Lopes 1 for 2 with an error today. Singled in the 2nd, popped out in the 4th. Gaylord looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. Healy flashes the signs. Here's the windup and the pitch by Perry. And that ball's popped up once again by Lopes, and Spires makes the catch, inning over. We go to the top of the 7th. Dodgers 5, Giants nothing. 2 up for San Francisco. Bonds, Mays, and Henderson. Can the Giants break through with a hit and some runs? We shall see. Andre Ford in the chat says Sutton is pitching a gem right now. Yes, he is, my friends. Yes, he is. Unfortunately, I'm managing the Giants, the number 6 seed. But I have run into a very hot pitcher, Don Sutton. Bobby Bonds steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. And boy, is he due. Bonds 1 for 6 in the playoff tournament. 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 166 batting average. Sutton's ready. He sets and delivers to Bonds. And Bonds rips that ball to Buckner, who comes in and makes a line drive catch on the line drive, off his shoe top. No-hitter still in place now. I thought that was going to be the first hit. Giants just need to break through. They need to get some confidence here. And the say-hey kid, Willie Mays, comes to plate. Mays 0 for 1. Struck out in the first, walked in the fourth, stole second, and advanced to third on a bad throw by Ferguson, but was stranded there. So Mays looking to get the first hit of the game for the Giants here. Sutton toes the rubber. Peers in at Ferguson. Gets the sign, nods his head. Here's the pitch to Mays. And Mays singles! And that is the first game. Willie Mays singles to left field, and the no-hitter is done. As I believe that went 5 1/3 no-hit ball. So the Giants got that monkey off their back, and now they need to get another monkey off their back by scoring some runs. Ken Henderson comes to the plate. Henderson's 0 for 2. If you're thinking home run, Henderson had 15 home runs in 1971. Righty-lefty matchup, Henderson being a left-handed batter. Henderson batted .266 off right-handed pitching. Mays, 7 out of 10 base running ability, being held on by Garvey at first, 50% chance of stealing second, but he's going nowhere. Beatles Eternally in the chat says, I have never played or seen a no-hitter in all the years I've been simming baseball. Andre Ford says, bye-bye no-hitter. Why not Mays? I love it. I love it that it was Willie Mays who broke up the no-hitter. Quick side note. I threw a no-hitter with the 73 Red Sox. Again, that's an out of the ballpark, so the teams aren't exact. It's my alternate universe, alternate world, with Phil Negro, and it's on my channel. So that was pretty cool. It is fun to throw a no-hitter. I almost had a no-hitter thrown against me today. I was playing the 1966 Red Sox season. It's not recorded. I went in to the top of the ninth. The White Sox pitcher, I can't remember his name, had 1 out. And Tony Calignero come to the plate, and he tripled to right center. And then he scored on sacrifice fly, tying the game up at 1-1, but I lost in 14 innings or 13 innings, 2-1. But anyhow. And Tribes Fan says Baseball Demos has one for Status Pro. Cool. That's another good channel, Baseball Demos. I like his channel. Alright, so Mays on at first, back to the game. And Henderson's at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Sutton's ready. Here's the pitch to Henderson. And Henderson dribbles into Lopes, and that's going to be a double play. Lopes dives in the hole, gets up quickly, throws to Russell, who goes to Garvey, inning over. The Giants get their first hit, but do not score. We go to the bottom of the 7th, still 5-0. Dodgers 2 up for LA. Russell, Sutton in the top of the order, Buckner. Perry still on the mound, 103 pitches. 135 is his threshold. Russell's 0 for 2 for the Dodgers. Healy flashes the sign. Perry nods his head. Here's the pitch to Russell. And he strikes out Russell. First out of the inning. And now Don Sutton, the man of the hour. Well, one of the men of the hour. Also Jimmy Wynn. Comes to the plate. He just lost his no-hitter in the top of the 7th. Sutton 0 for 2. Here's the pitch by Perry. And that ball's ripped foul to the left. Count now goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch to Don Sutton. And Sutton grounds it to Fuentes, who boots the ball. Sutton reaches on the E4. Again, Sutton slow as dirt at first. McCovey will not hold him on. He'll play behind him. It does increase Don Sutton's chance of trying to steal second base at 22%, but he's not going anywhere, folks. And Bill Buckner comes to the plate. Dodger left fielder, he's 0 for 2. Giants want to turn 2 and get out of this inning. Here's the pitch to Buckner. And Buckner sends that ball down into the right field line. Bonds quickly gets to it. Sutton stops at second. He goes station to station. He runs in mud. So Buckner's at first, Sutton's at second, 1 out, and Garvey comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3. He hit a home run off Perry in the 5th. Struck out in the 3rd and 1st. Perry is 3rd up in the top of the 8th. Giants cannot afford to give up any more runs. Let's quickly look at our bullpen here. Jerry Johnson, who got the save for the Giants yesterday, could be coming in. They're going to go to their closer. He's good for 50 pitches. They're going to their closer. There's no tomorrow, folks. The Cubs, the Bears is in the chat. Hello, my friend. He says, I have never simmed a no-hitter, but I have seen 3 in person, all at Wrigley. Cool. Do you remember the pitchers? As I'm sure you do. If you'd like, the Cubs, the Bears, share us your no-hit experiences. Al Ford says, doing a 1974 replay right now, managing the Texas Rangers. Ferguson Jenkins no-hit the White Sox 6-0. Very cool. Very cool, Andre. Alright, so we're going to bring in Jerry Johnson, the closer. There's no tomorrow, folks. No need to save him. And he is actually going to go into the 6th spot. So we're going to take Henderson out. And Dave Kingman will go in to play left field. And that in the 9th spot. So Jerry Johnson comes out to the mound in 1971. 12 wins, 9 losses, 18 saves, ERA of 2.97, struck out 85, walked 48, batting average against 230. In the playoff tournament, 1 and done. He has 1 save, 2 innings pitched. He's only given up 1 hit, struck out 2, batting average against 167. 1 out, runners at first and second. Garvey hit .316 off right-handed pitching. Johnson only gave up a .218 batting average against right-handed batters. Who shall win this clash? Here's the pitch by Johnson. And Garvey sends that ball deep and gone. I guess we know who won that clash. Garvey crushes a 3-run homer. That went .402. That's his 2nd bomb of the game. So right center. This ball game is all but over except for the outs needed to end the game for the Dodgers. It's now 8-0 Dodgers as they are putting on a whooping of their hated rivals, the San Francisco Giants, as Dodger fans are ecstatic here. As a very somber mood comes over the Giants bench and dugout, as they're sensing they're going to be eliminated tonight. 1 out, no one on, and Willie Crawford comes to plate. Crawford 2 for 3 for the Dodgers. Doubled in the 1st, singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. Here's the pitch to Crawford, and that ball is nubbed to Healy, who throws him out. So 2 outs, and Jimmy Wynn comes to plate. 1 for 3. His 1 hit was a grand salami back in the bottom of the 3rd. 2 outs, no one on. Johnson sets and delivers to Wynn. And he strikes him out, inning over, but damage done. Ball game practically out of reach for the Giants. It's all but official. 8-0 Dodgers as we go to the top of the 8th. Garvey's now hit 2 home runs. Wynn has a grand salami. All runs have been scored via the home run. 2 up for the Melrose San Francisco Giants. Healy, Spire, and Kingman. They need base runners, and it would take the miracle of miracles of biblical proportion for the Giants to come back. As Andre Ford in the chat says, good night, San Francisco. So Healy's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch by Sutton. And that's ripped into left field. Healy's not going to go down without a fight. Lead-off single. Spires comes to the plate. Spires is 0 for 1. Let's see if we have anyone better to hit off righties. Well, we're going to go to Jim Ray Hart. Hart in limited at-bats of 39, batted .300 against right-handers. He's going to come in to pinch hit for Spire. He had a pinch-hitting opportunity in yesterday's game. He's 0 for 1. And in 1971 for the Giants, batted .256. Again, 10 hits and 39 at-bats, 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. He has a little pop in his bat. Here's the pitch to Hart. No outs. Healy's at first, being held on by Garvey. And he walks, so Hart works a walk. First and second, no outs, and Kong. Dave Kingman steps to the plate. Kingman is batting .666 in this one-and-done playoff tournament. No home runs, 2 RBIs. He's 2 for 3 with a double. In 71, .278, 2 home runs and 6 home runs, 24 RBIs. In 115 at-bats. The windup and the pitch by Sutton. And Kong strikes out. How many strikeouts is that for Don Sutton now? Let's quickly check. Let's look at Sutton numbers. So far, Sutton's gone 7 1/3, only given up 2 hits, walked 3, struck out 7. So 1 out. Tito Fuentes comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. 2 on. Here's the pitch to Fuentes. And Fuentes grounds to second, and that's going to be a double play, inning over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers 8, Giants nothing. We need a new shortstop. And we're going to go with, let's go with Duffy. We went with Lanier yesterday. Let's go with Duffy. Duffy will come in and play short, bat 8th. So Frank Duffy in the ballgame now. Johnson still out on the mound. He will face Ferguson, Say, and Lopes. Joe Ferguson's 0 for 3. The windup and the pitch by Johnson. And he strikes out Ferguson. 1 up, 1 down. Ron Say steps to the plate. The Penguins 0 for 3. He'd like to get off the schneid. Johnson gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Say. And that's grounded up the middle. Say gets his first hit of the game. A 1-out single. McCovey holds him on at first. Say 4 out of 10 base running ability. Davey Lopes comes to the plate. Lopes 1 for 3. Single in the second. Popped out in the 4th and 6th. Giants want to turn 2 here. Here's the pitch to Lopes. And that ball's grounded up the middle. Lopes has a hit. So first and second, 1 out. Bill Russell steps to the plate. Dodgers shortstop's 0 for 3. Healy flashes the signs. The windup and the pitch. And that ball sent to McCovey, and that's going to be a double play as McCovey went to Duffy, who went back to McCovey. We go to the top of the 9th. Dodgers 3 outs away from advancing to round 3. They lead the Giants 8-0. This has been the first blowout of this tournament, though it was a little special for a while as Sutton was throwing a no-hitter up until the top of the 7th when Willie McCovey broke it up. He's now given up another hit, so he has a 2-hitter going, a 2-hit shutout. And he will face Gallagher, McCovey, and Bonds. Gallagher 0 for 3. Here's the pitch by Sutton. And that's ripped into right field for a single. Only the Giants' 3rd hit of the game. Gallagher's going to stay put at first. Willie McCovey comes up plate. Stretch is 0 for 2. Lefty-righty matchup. Sutton's up to 100 pitches. He's good for 130. McCovey to take. Ball 1 to take again. 1-1 count. Garvey holding Gallagher on. Why with an 8-0 lead? I don't know. Here's the pitch to McCovey. And McCovey walks. So Sutton in a little bit of a trouble, as much trouble as you can be in, up 8-0. First and second, no outs. Bobby Bonds comes to the plate. Bonds 0 for 3. Steps out, he asks for time. Umpire grants it. Now steps back in the box. The windup and the pitch. And Bond sends up all deep to the left field corner. Buckner catches it. And we have a 74% chance of Gallagher tagging up and going to third. We're going to say yes. And we're going to hold McCovey at first. Here's the throw to third, and Gallagher is in there. So Giants have runners at the corner. And Willie Mays, the say hey kid, got the first hit off Sutton in the top of the seventh. He's 1 for 2. Let's see if he can get the first RBI here. Keep the ball rolling. Sutton's ready to deal. Here's the pitch. And Mays walks. So base is loaded. Jerry Johnson, the pitcher, comes to the plate, but he will not hit. Let's see. 4. Brewer, Downing, Marshall. Marshall's a righty. Okay. Just looking at their bullpen for a moment. Alright, so Jimmy Rosario's our best bet. Hal Lanier. Rosario, who's a good slug? Dick Dietz slugging percentage though. 376. Dave Rader. Ugh. Well, we're going to go with Jimmy Rosario. He will pinch hit for Johnson. So Rosario comes into the game. Rosario walked. He had a pinch hit opportunity in yesterday's game. He walked, I do believe. Yes, because he scored a run. Okay. So base is loaded, 1 out. Rosario's at the plate. Sutton's up to 116 pitches. As Andre Ford says, not going down without a fight. We never go down without a fight. Fight to the very end. The very end. As Beatles eternally says, it's Pickett's charge for San Francisco. Alrighty. The windup and the pitcher Rosario, he'll take. Strike 1, so Sutton's in there. So Rosario's ready now. He's ready to grip and rip. Base is loaded. 1 out. The windup and the pitch to Rosario. And Rosario rips that ball and curve. He catches the line drive. Mays quickly gets back to first base. So now it's 2 outs. Base is loaded. And it's going to be up to the catcher, Fran Healy. He's 1 for 3. Healy popped out in the second, struck out in the fifth, and singled in the 8th. Dodgers 1 out away from advancing. 8-0 lead here. 2 outs, top of the 9th. The windup and the pitch to Healy. And Healy walks! The Giants finally break through with a bases-loaded walk. It's now 8-1, so Sutton loses the shutout. Not that he much cares, but wow! What a way to lose a shutout. A bases-loaded walk. Sutton's now up to 123 pitches. Frank Duffy's at the plate. This is his first at-bat in this playoff tournament, 1 and done. Duffy, in 1971, hit a putrid 179, no home runs, 2 RBIs, and he is not going to hit. We're going to go with Lanier. So Hal Lanier will come in. 2 outs, bases loaded. Lanier entered the game yesterday. He did not have an at-bat, I don't believe. For defensive purposes. I'd have to go back and check that box score, not that it matters. So it's 8-1, 2 outs. Dodgers 1 out away from advancing. Giants aren't going quietly. They're going as noisy as you can, being down 8-1. Lanier to take. Here's the pitch by Sutton. Ball 1. He'll take again. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lanier steps out of the batter's box. Now goes back in the batter's box. Sutton toes the rubber. Peers in at Ferguson. Nods his head. The windup and the pitch. And Lanier grounds to Sutton, who throws the Garvey. Ball game over. The Dodgers advance to round 3 with an 8-1 crushing of their arch rivals, San Francisco Giants. Wow. Winning pitcher Sutton, losing pitcher Perry. He just gave up too many gopher balls today. And Don Sutton was the player of the game. Let's quickly go to the box score. So we're going to go to the box score here. Box score should be up. Let's go to the pitching first, because that really was outstanding. Don Sutton, player of the game, went 9 innings, threw a 3-hitter, finally gave up a run in the 9th. So 1 run, it was earned. He did have some control problems in the 9th. Walked 6, struck out 7. He gets the win. Losing pitcher, Gaylord Perry, 6 1/3. He just did not have it. The spitball was not working. 6 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned. He gave up 2 home runs, 1 to Wynn, 1 to Garvey. Walked 1, struck out 6. Johnson came in, an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. It was a home run. That was Garvey's second. He struck out 2. Dodgers advance. Giants go home. Quickly to the batting. Bill Buckner for the Dodgers. 1 for 3, 2 runs scored with a walk. Garvey, honorable mention. Actually, he's going to be co-player of the game, and so will be Wynn, in my opinion. I'm going to have 3 players of the game. Garvey, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, 4 RBIs, 2 strikeouts, and 2 home runs. Crawford, 2 for 4, 1 run scored, 1 K. Wynn, 1 for 4. He finally gets his first hit of the playoff tournament, 1 and done. It was a grand salami, as Tribes fan says, break out the rye bread and mustard. So he had 4 RBIs. He struck out twice. Ferguson 0 for 4. Say 1 for 4. Lopes 2 for 4. Russell 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts. And Sutton 0 for 3 with he had 2 runs scored. The Giants, well, we're just going to go through who had hits. They only had 3. Mays broke up the no-hitter in the top of the 7th. And then who followed? Gallagher. No. Anyway, Gallagher had a hit. Mays broke up the no-hitter, and then Healy had a hit. And that's it. That's enough said. They struck out 7 times. In total, Giants had 28 at-bats, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 RBI. And that was on the Rosario bases-loaded walk. Am I correct? No, on the Hart. Who got the RBI? Healy. I just want to forget this game. I got hammered in this game by the computer. So, Giants get whitewashed by their arch rivals, the Dodgers. All right. Let's go to a quick little recap, and I'm just going to go. Garvey, 2 for 4. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 2 runs, Win, grand salami. Winning pitcher Sutton went all 9 innings through a 3-hitter. Walked 6, struck out 7. He's 1-0 in the playoff tournament. Gaylord Perry didn't have it. Losing pitcher. In the 3rd inning, the Dodgers sent 7 batters of plate, scoring 4 runs on 2 hits, 1 walk, and an error. Jimmy Wynn, the grand slam. In the 5th, Dodgers score 1 on a solo shot by Garvey. In the 7th, scored 3 2-hits and an error. Garvey hit a 3-run homer. That was his 2nd. Dodgers took an 8-0 lead. Giants got 1 back in the 9th. I sensed the big comeback coming, but it didn't happen. Did not happen. So this Al Red Sox fan saying in the final score, the 1971 San Francisco Giants won. The 1974 Los Angeles Dodgers 8. So the number 2 seed, the Dodgers, will move on, and the number 6 seed, Giants, will go home. Before I move on, let me quickly go to the chat. We have a bunch of wonderful people in the chat. Let me say thank you to Andre Ford, Beatles Eternally, the Bears the Cubs, the Cubs the Bears, I'm sorry, Ken Castro, Tribe Fan, and early on we had BP4 Gaming. Thank you all very much, my friends. Greatly appreciate you taking time out on a Saturday or early Sunday morning if you're in the Netherlands, like Beatles. I think I will. The Cubs, the Bears. I think we're going to do the Yankees, Royals. I like that one. Or while I have you guys in the chat, do you guys want to play do you guys want to fool around and I'll put the game up and you guys, two of you want to play? It's up to you guys. Oh, PB4 Gaming's still in the house. Check out his channel, everybody. As Ken Castro says, yes, another game. All right. I love PB4 Gaming. I love you all. But PB4 Gaming, he shows up every week when I do my Walking Dead play-by-play, which is kind of, we have a good time, don't we, PB4 Gaming? We get like 6, sometimes 5, 4 people in the chat, whatever. But I literally do play-by-play for The Walking Dead. It's a good time. Anyway, I like The Walking Dead. So, all right. Well, I'm going to call this a stream. I'm going to come back shortly, set up the next one. But just before I go, BB4 Gaming, been getting food, LOL. Yeah, spoilers are awesome, LOL. Yeah, we basically know the whole, what's going on, so we have a good... So do you guys want another game, or do you want to try to simulate a game with 2 of you fans in the chat? So, if you... Uh-oh. I've gone to dead air now, so... I'm saying so too many times, too. We are not ending in a stellar performance right now. Alrighty. Thank you very much to everyone in the chat. I will be back shortly. PB4 Gaming, he's the best. He goes, okay, I'll be here for the next stream, unless my parents say otherwise. Well, you listen to your parents. So, alright. Health and happiness to everyone. If you like, hit the like button, hit the share button. If you're watching later and you enjoy this station, we have a lot of nice people in the chat. Jump in the chat. Feel free to interact with them. Join the channel if you want. If you don't, that's fine. But come back and enjoy with the rest of us. So I will be back on shortly. Health and happiness. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. God bless.